How's it going, everyone? Happy 420. My name is Brittany, but if you know me, you know I don't like to be called that. So it's Britt or Brittany, and I will be hosting this very YouTube show called Sessions and Confessions. This 420, I just wanted to kind of share a little bit about myself. Um, I am in my early 30s. I'm from San Diego, National City to be more specific, and I have been partaking in cannabis since I was 18 years old regularly. My dad started spoiling me with it when he had his own business, but that could be a whole nother story. Um, if you didn't know, surprise, now you know. Most of my family knows. A few people from my family don't know, but I'm sure you guys had a clue. Um, Coworkers, people I went to school with, friends, people who know my kids. You know what? If you didn't know, now you know. It's not a secret anymore, okay? I had held this secret for so long being around certain people, but I'm grown now and surprise, secret's out. I've been wanting to do this show for a while, a long time, so I'm so glad that I'm finally brave enough to do this. I am still so nervous, as you can tell. I may jumble my words, I may mess up. I don't have a professional set yet, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and I will be getting better, and my setup will get better. But for right now, I just wanted to share a little bit more about myself and my 420 experiences, my worst and my best, and share a little confessional. I'm not going to be doing a session today, my first time, and I guess I need to get used to sessioning on camera. But yes, I started smoking when I was 18 years old. At that time, I only knew two, three girls, one I was related to, that did it, and it was mainly all guys. We didn't have the best stuff, like I said, until my dad started spoiling me. But yeah, it wasn't very many girls, and I would most of the time be the only girl in rotation in the session. And I'm so glad that now, I mean, it's crazy because it's like what we had to go through back then when it was illegal in California, like 15, years ago. But now it's federally recognized. So I also wanted to mention that Happy 420. It should be federally recognized cannabis. And if it's not, big middle finger to your governor because they're not doing the right thing, especially if alcohol is legal in that state. So it's 420. I hope you guys are partaking in a lot of greenery today. And why not? If it was National Margarita Day, we would have margarita, wouldn't we? So who's to say that it's any different? So this show is all going to be about sessions and confessions. I'm going to be sessioning with, cannabis and drinking. So if you're a little judgmental, judgy, or you don't like cannabis or like to partake, or you can't believe that, oh my gosh, you do that, go ahead and change it. You can exit out now. I will not get my feelings hurt. I would prefer you don't judge and you don't hear any of this, okay? So these are my sessions and my confessions. I really hope you enjoy. And I hope that you subscribe and like all of the above. And I really appreciate you clicking on this channel. So let's get into it. Yes, 1420 at Balboa Park. We were on the World Beat Center, and there's, a place where there's woods. It's a park. So there's woods everywhere. If you've been to Balboa Park, it's literally woods. That's where the San Diego Zoo is at. So we were in the woods, and we come back up and we listened to some of the best reggae bands. But my favorite part of that day was that there was a party bus. My favorite part of the day was that there was a party bus that was a dispensary. A dispensary had a party bus there. It wasn't moving, driving, nothing. It was just posted up right there. And we would go in there and smoke and have some shade. And it was like a big party in there. And that was one of my favorite 420s. Another favorite 420 is at my uncle's house with my cousins and just acting up and having fun. That was one of them. I have another video from when we were acting up at his house when my dad was here, and I'm gonna have to share those very soon so you can see how wild my family is. But okay, so that was one of my favorite 420s was when we were on that party bus. But confession time. My very first confession. So, my very first Earth Day there down at Balboa Park, I was with my boyfriend, with Sal, and my cousins, about 3 or 4 of my guy cousins, and maybe a few of their friends. And like I said, again, only girl, Sometimes I'm the only girl. But yeah, we were down at the woods, and I was getting so paranoid because, like I said, there's people of all ages and everything there. So there was, not to sound rude, but there was older people there. They were gray haired grandparents probably, you know. And I just kept staring, like, oh my gosh, they're gonna snitch, like they're you know, oh my goodness, I'm paranoid. And that was one of the few times that I did get paranoid. You know, back then you got paranoid when you learned smoking in your house. So I was paranoid, and they go, just wait, just watch. They're doing the same stuff as we are. So I'm like, all right, cool. Kept watching them, kept watching them. Sure as shit, one busted out the bong, the other one had they had their own. They weren't in the sesh like us. They had their own stuff to smoke, you know. So I was like, all right, cool. We kept smoking, pass it. I started coughing. I'm like, shit, that was a big ass fucking hit. I was coughing. It's a hot ass day outside, okay? And I just feel even hotter. And then I'm like, dang, my thighs are sweating. That was I. And I think you already know where I'm going with this story. Yes, I pissed my pants. I peed my pants when I coughed. I peed my pants. But I played it off so well. Well, I didn't even really realize it. So I played it off with myself also. And nobody noticed. I just grabbed my, I had water. I had water bottles. Of course, they hydrated, right? And I just kind of rinsed it off so I'm not like full of pee. Grabbed my sweater, put it around me, went back up to where they were selling food, got a bunch of napkins, started drying myself down, and I was like, I gotta go. We gotta go. And that was probably, well, maybe not the first, but the first big times where I'm like, oh my gosh, embarrassing. I was just so high, I had no control of my bladder, I guess. And I lost it, literally lost it. Like, not even a sneeze, actually. I just, coughing, and that was my very first confession. Maybe it's not that big of a deal to you, but it was to me, and it still is, because I'm like, I've never peed in public like that before. Well, I did when I was like a very little ass girl, you know, in line when I'm like, come on, I have to go to the bathroom, mom. And she's like, you could wait. No, I couldn't. I couldn't. But as a grown ass adult, you know, so it was embarrassing to say the least. And I hope you guys enjoyed that confession. Like I said, happy 420. I hope everybody's celebrating and enjoying and staying safe and elevated. And I will see you guys in my next confessional. And next one I will actually be sessioning. So I hope you guys have a great day, and please come back here for another video on sessions and confessions. Thank you so much.